Guys, you're never going to believe this. I just went on a blind date. It's a Tinder date. I got it from online dating, but guess who I was set to go to a date with? My friend's wife! So this is what I'm going to do. I can't believe I'm posting this, but I could really use some outside perspective on quite an unexpected and complicated situation I found myself in the middle of. I'm currently on a business trip for a big conference my company is attending this week in Los Angeles. The evening it can get boring at these work events, so I did something I usually don't do. I downloaded Tinder. Look, I'm a single guy, just trying to meet someone new to mix things up with. During my free time, sue me. So, on only my second night swiping, I matched with a really cute brunette named Lily. Her face was not really shown completely, but, well, from the pictures I could tell, she was cute. We hit it off right away, chatting in the app, and made plans to meet up for dinner at this nice restaurant I had booked for the next evening. I was genuinely excited for the date and made sure to dress up extra sharp, just to make a good impression on her. When I arrived at the restaurant, Lily walked in. I immediately realized she had looked so familiar in her photos for a reason. She's my best friend, Mike's wife. I was absolutely floored and my mind starts to race, wondering if she also recognized me or if I should, say something about the fact that we have a very close mutual connection. I tried to play it cool as we sat down, but inside, I was freaking out about the unbelievable coincidence. So, Lily definitely knew who I was right away too, based on her awkward body language and how she could barely look at me in the eye. After we ordered drinks, she just mumbled that she suddenly wasn't feeling well and she needed to leave. But before she could grab her things, I gently stopped her and I said, "No, we really need to talk about the obvious elephant in the room here, considering I have zero idea she and Mike were having any marital issues." Our dinner together could not have been more uncomfortably tense, to say the absolute least. I was completely blindsided by the fact that my best friend's wife, of all people, was actively cheating on him and meeting up with random guys from Tinder. Lily looked completely ashamed yet defiant, and barely uttered a single word to me throughout the entire meal. My mind was racing the whole time about what in the world I should do next. Do I tell Mike and shatter his trust? Confront Lily about her behavior? Try to forget this bizarre encounter ever even happened? I left the restaurant feeling so conflicted and unsure about how to handle this extremely tricky situation moving forward. Anyways, guys, I will post an update soon because I know anyone reading likely has a million more questions about all this. I'm still trying to process it myself, but please, 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 feel free to leave any advice or suggestions where I should go from here with this shocking secret I just uncovered. I could use some guidance on how to approach something like this with my longtime best friend. Anyway, stay tuned. What's up, everybody? I hope you're enjoying your day today. I have multiple updates, and if you think this situation is out of control, you've really seen nothing yet because this one is about to take a wild turn. If you have not subscribed to the channel, take a second, hit that subscribe button for daily revenge stories, and let's jump into update number 1. Thank you so much for the huge response on my initial post. I really appreciate all the different perspectives and support because I've been feeling pretty lost and unsure about how to proceed. After thinking long and hard about it overnight, I decided for now that I need to directly talk to Mike about what happened with Lily. As difficult as it will certainly be, he deserves to know the truth coming from me firsthand, right? That's the best option. So, just as I had worked up the courage to call and ask if we could meet up, I received a completely unexpected text out of nowhere from Lily. Well, this one might shock you. She asked if I would be willing to join her for coffee because she wants to discuss everything that I have transpired between us. Wow, okay. I was pretty apprehensive about it considering how awkward our last encounter was, but I ultimately agreed to hear her out, since I also had a lot of unanswered questions about her motives. So, We met at a very small casual cafe, and Lily starts by profusely apologizing over and over for putting me in the middle of such an uncomfortable mess, with her being my best friend's wife. She went on to explain that for quite a while, her marriage with Mike has been on the shaky ground, due to his constant working emotional distance and lack of effort to spend quality time together. This was news to me, though. It's tough to hear considering Mike and I have been so close since college. Then Lily dropped another massive bombshell confession on me. She said she strongly suspects Mike's been cheating on her for at least the past few months. She described noticing a lot of sneaking around. Secrecy with the phone, just an overall shiftiness in his behavior had felt off. That's why she joined Tinder in the first place. She wanted a bit of revenge, hoping to catch Mike in the act of stepping out on their relationship. Of course, she matched with me instead, which is how this crazy saga began. I was completely floored and my head was spinning. On one hand, I felt terrible that Lily was actually suffering like this and questioning her marriage so much. But I'd have to say, on the other, I feel extremely conflicted out of loyalty to Mike as my longtime close friend. I left our coffee date even more troubled about how to navigate my competing emotions over this. Lily recognized that I was struggling and made an unexpected proposition. I'll tell you about it in just a minute. Update number 2. Hey guys, it's me. First of all, I am blown away by how invested some people are in this unfolding drama. This post I did not expect to go viral. Your passionate reaction, questions, and theories in response to my post have given me so much to think over. Okay, where did I leave off the last time? Right. Lily had just made a pretty scandalous proposal that we team up to try to catch Mike in the act of cheating, since she was convinced something secretive was happening behind the back of their marriage. I'm not gonna lie. Revenge, huh? A big part of me was solely tempted to take her up on it to get to the bottom of whether Mike was being deceitful or not. His recent suspicious behavior had been nagging at me too, and I hated thinking he could be betraying Lily, and I thought it was the other way around, who I've also known for years. But ultimately, I hesitated because the idea of setting some kind of elaborate trap for my best friend, it just felt inherently wrong, no matter what she's potentially done. Morally, I was conflicted about deceiving someone I've been so close to for my whole life, really. So, in the end, I reluctantly agreed to at least help Lily. Just a bit of investigating to find out the truth of the situation before I pick which side to pick. We quickly hatched a plan where she would pretend to meet up with a guy that she had matched with on Tinder, and even send fake text messages to Mike to, quote, discover. Meanwhile, I offered to secretly stake out at a bar near their house, which I knew Mike frequented, to see if he would take the bait and show up looking for Lily. The idea was that if he did, it would confirm that he was trying to catch Lily in the act of cheating, just like she suspected he had been doing behind her back. So last night, the fateful evening, we chose to set out our risky plan in motion. As I sat alone, sipping on a drink inside the dark, crowded bar, my heart was actually starting to pound palpitations, and I felt guilty about their subterfuge. I truly hoped Mike would not take our scam bait so I could just put this all to rest. It was a good 30 tense minutes passed without any sign of Mike. So I start to begin thinking he wasn't suspicious enough of Lily's fake text message to go looking for her. Well, just as I was about to get up and consider paying off my bill and leaving, I watched in surprised disbelief as Mike walked right into that very bar I was staking. My adrenaline spiked at that moment, until I realized he was accompanied by my own sister, Julia. Julia, of all people. I did a double take and discreetly hid behind my stack of menus on the table as I tried to comprehend why in the world my best friend was out drinking with my sister. What could it mean? Before I could even process this new wrinkle in things, my cell phone suddenly dinged with an incoming text message from an unknown number. I opened it nervously to discover it's an anonymous photo attachment. Guys, this one left me speechless. Well, I have to go for now. Let me tell you what it is in the next update. Update number 3. Hey, okay, I'm back to continue recounting this confusing tale. In my previous post, I had just received a mysterious photo text from an unknown sender, while secretly spying on my best friend Mike at a bar late at night. With unsteady hands, I opened the attachment and was confronted by a picture of Mike and Lily, openly kissing inside our former university campus courtyard. Well, I stared at it in bewilderment until the anonymous text message again said, "It's Alex. We need to talk right now. We meet at the usual spot." So Alex was a good friend I knew from my college days, but had unfortunately fallen out of touch with me over the years. I cannot imagine why he was randomly inserting himself into this already tangled equation, but you know what? I'm not going to question this. I am going to rush over there and go to the on-campus late-night dinner that we used to frequent and get some answers face-to-face. Alex wasted no time filling me in on the scoops of the details, and oh boy, were they ever changing. He explained that a few weeks back he had coincidentally reconnected with Lily out of the blue. She opened up to him about her relationship struggles and suspicions that Mike was cheating. Alex wanted to help investigate, so he tracked down a few of Mike's old, haunts from university, hoping to catch him in the act with another woman. That's when Alex discovered Mike has been secretly meeting up there with none other than my very own sister, Julia. I was beyond stunned, and all the fragmented pieces were coming together to paint a troubling picture. On the one hand, I felt an element of relief that Mike did not seem to be cheating on Lily, as far as I knew. But on the other, I was utterly floored by the revelation that my best friend and my sister have been seeing each other behind my back for this long. So, I'm meeting up again with Lily. Just so we can debrief on this new intel and try to determine our next logical step. My head feels like it's going to explode. With this non-stop revelations, curveballs, confusion, there's a lot of betrayal going on. Anyways, here's hoping we might finally be on a path towards resolving this crap. Final updates. Well, here at last, the final chapter to this winding drama that has utterly consumed my life for the past 2 weeks. Get comfortable because a lot of new stuff has happened. To catch up a bit, I've just learned from my old college buddy, Alex, that Mike was secretly seeing my own sister Julia behind my back. I met up with Lily again to process this, and we agreed the time had come for the four of us to be involved and sit down together for an open, honest conversation addressing everything that just transpired. After many tense days of coordination, Mike, Lily, Julia, and myself finally gathered my house one evening to talk things through. It quickly became very emotional, as Mike and Lily laid their marriage issues right there on the table, and Lily confronted him about her ongoing suspicions that he had been unfaithful. Mike was, of course, very thrown off and upset by the accusations, though. Julia also tearfully apologized directly to me for hiding her recent relationship with Mike, someone she knew was one of the most important people in my life. She emphasized that she and Mike never crossed the line into anything physical or romantic until he had already split from Lily. I could tell she was being genuine. So, hour by hour, we all slowly began unraveling key misunderstandings, revealing these long-buried truths, and clearing the air on many fronts. By the end of the night, Lily and Mike agreed their marriage could be worth fighting for if they started counseling and working to rebuild broken trust. Julia and I also made a pact to always be more transparent with each other about our lives from now on, no matter how difficult. Having everything finally out in the open was extremely tough, but necessary conversation for the four of us to have together. I even realized I had unfairly judged both Mike and my sister without having the full context or communication that is required. Despite appearances and my own assumptions, they had truly been trying to protect the people involved and had good intentions at heart. Anyways, guys, I just want to say I'm going to reflect back a bit, and I believe a simple Tinder date could snowball into such a complex web of revelations about the closest people in my life. Well, that's going to be the end of it. Thank you guys for all the help Have a great day. Comment number 1 from Truth Seeker 123. Well, you know what? I think the OP handled the situation all wrong. He never should have agreed to secretly, quote, investigate Mike and Lily. This was shady and weird and set a bad precedent. If he was really Mike's friend, he should have gone straight to him with the truth so that they could handle it man to man. Getting further tangled into Lily's scheme was dishonest and prevented healthy communication. The OP violated Mike's trust first by not being upfront. Comment number 2, replying to Truth Seeker. Well, Grey Jedi 72 says, I disagree with you. I don't agree at all that OP had such an easy black and white choice. He was stuck between his loyalty to a childhood best friend and wanting to help Lily, who he also knew for years. Plus, Lily just seemed convinced Mike was cheating, and the OP had his own doubts too. It's a complicated situation without an obvious right call. While messy, he ultimately told Mike the truth once more details emerged. I don't think that OP is solely to blame here. He reacted understandably under pressure. And then another comment from Truth Seeker, replying back to Grey Jedi. Yeah, but still, I hear ya. I just think OP should have risen above by being better a man and forcing transparency from the start. Mike was his best friend. He owed him at least a heads-up conversation before enabling his wife's continued deception. 2 wrongs don't make a right, and that business with secretly stalking out the bar was shady, man. The OP betrayed Mike's trust and should own up to that. Alright guys, we just reviewed some of the comments, and I do want to know your thoughts, specifically about the final rebuttal that says, I hear ya, but I still think the OP should have risen above by being the better man and forcing transparency from the start. Mike was his best friend. He owed him a little heads up and, a conversation before enabling his wife's continued deception. What do you guys think about that? Do you think that that commenter is on to something? Drop it down below in our comment section. Let's keep these comments going and just talk about the story and what exactly you would have done. Guys, my name's Mr. Reddito. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you want more daily revenge stories, consider subscribing to the channel. Have a great day. I'll see you later, and of course remember, it's cool to be kind. Peace.